Welcome to Collaborative Growth Coaching Podcast. Hi, I'm Christine Baylor-Goodlander.
And I'm Melanie Oliveri, and we're so glad you're here. This is a space for anyone who's ready to let go of what's holding them back, tap into their true potential, and create a life that feels meaningful and joyful.
Growth does not happen alone. It's about connection, support, and taking steps that feel right for you. Each week, we'll explore ways to shift your mindset, find clarity, and take inspired action toward the life you really want.
If you're ready to feel more confident, clear, and connected to your purpose, this podcast is for you. Let's walk this path together and discover the amazing possibilities waiting for you.
Welcome to Collaborative Growth Coaching, where your next chapter begins. Hey, beautiful people. It's Christine and Melanie back once again from Collaborative Growth Coaching. And we pulled the lovely lady who makes us look good so that you can see who does all this great work behind the scenes. This is Nadine.
Hi.
And she decided, we kind of coerced
we kind of twisted
We
her
coerced her into joining us to have a little chit-chat about fear and overcoming your fear and how you do that and what makes something a fear. Because sometimes people think that fear, it's not a fear. They think this is just how life is, and this is where I can go, or this is what I can do, and this is my max. And what they're not recognizing is it's actually a fear that's driving that.
When you have a dream, or you have a thought of a dream, because isn't that where it starts? And you're like, no, I can't do that. Why? Why can't you do that? If you look, and then look a little deeper, and then look a little deeper at the root of that, it's a fear, right? It's a fear of not being good enough. It's a fear of, I'll give you one from my history. I don't have anything to teach anyone. I have nothing of value to teach. That was my fear. It was not being able to teach anybody anything, you know? Nadine, when you first started, when we said to you, hey, be producer.
Yeah. First, just so you all know, I had to fix my hair. I had to push it down and everything because, they twisted my arm. Anyways, I guess it wasn't really a fear. Actually, the fear was more in you guys, really, because I'm more tech savvy than, you guys are.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like doing it, I had to do more research and try to figure out what the heck I was doing but now that I'm doing the research and we play around with this, by the way, there will be a bloopers at the end of this year with everybody. And just pushing forward because it's one of those things that, okay, I'm a producer, it's like, okay, well, I have to figure out a little bit more because I've never done this before. If you're never doing anything of yourself, It's like, oh, wow. And that fear just goes, it's like, is it going to be good enough? Am I going to be able to do it? And what can I do to make it go forward? So, yeah, I pester these two. It's like, okay, look, this is what I found. And they just roll their eyes and go, oh, no, what are we doing now? Like, just recently I said, we're going to have to do Tik Tok. And both Melanie, rolling the eyes. And she's like, So guess what? We're doing Tik Tok. Yeah.
It's a thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a platform. We want, the fear of getting on and talking about things. And one of my biggest fears is sounding stupid. That is one thing that I never want to do, is sound stupid. But doing this, clearly I can sound stupid. It's not that it's a problem for me to sound stupid, because I can sound stupid any time of day or night, but it's that they're going to think less of me if I'm not perfect. And it's kind of always been that way for me, though. I mean, it's been a thing from, being a kid, and I was an only child, and so there's expectations, and oh, well, I had a cousin that I was super close with, and she was skinny and pretty, and it's like, okay, I am not perfect, and so where can I excel at being perfect?
Right.
Right? So you try to find that space that you can, do that in, and, is it academics? Is it, what I end up doing for a living? Is it my house? Is it my this? Trust me, my house is not perfect. If you have dogs,
I was saying, we got a whole dog family here, so.
So it's all of those things, and you say, well, what am I afraid of? But what happened? Well, what happens if someone thinks I'm stupid? I always run by I've learned to say, what someone else thinks of me is none of my business. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to do what I do, and people are going to judge whether they love you or they hate you. And what is it? Hate is going to hate. But it's that.
See, she's dancing.
Wait till I start singing. But it's all of those. It's all of those things, and it comes down to really befriending your fear and saying, well, thank you. Fear's job is to keep you safe, right?
Yep.
It's run the status quo. It's keep you safe. It's make sure that nothing, weird happens. And you can say thank you to your fear for doing that and for you. Mm-hmm. You're keeping me safe. You're keeping me from doing something stupid like, jumping off of the roof of a building or something, because it's just, doesn't make sense. But when it interferes with what you want to do with your life or where you want to go, then it becomes an issue, and then you have to say, okay, how do I get past this? How do I put fear in the back seat? And say, you can come along for the ride because you're keeping me safe and you're doing all those things, but I still need to accomplish something, And you can see behind Nadine's head, there's like on the wall, it says faith over fear. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in something. Is really the thing, when you're looking at something like that. And, people, you can laugh, because we'll always say, well, they're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't have the faith that, you know what? Borrow our faith.
Yeah.
Borrow our faith in you, or we wouldn't, that's why we talk to you, right? Borrow our faith in you that you can do amazing things. And eventually that faith will become yours, and you'll be surprised at how well you do.
Mm-hmm. Putting fear in the back seat is great. And every once in a while that fear is just a little stronger than that. Mm-hmm. And that's when you open up the freezer door and stuff it in the freezer and just close the door. They say to do that with ego too. Your ego gets in your way. So stuff it in the freezer, close the door, go on with what you need to do. Mm-hmm. And one of the things we talk about in coaching is that green growing edge. It's that you get just so far in whatever project you're on, and then fear is cellular. I mean, like you, I grew up with, you're not good enough. And it comes back up time and again. So stuff it in the freezer, but where are you? Where's that edge that you're at right now? And where do you want to go? Step over that line. It doesn't have to be a big step. It can be a micro step. That huge step to, well, I want such and such. I want an island vacation. I want a house. I want to quit my job and roam the world. Whatever it is, I want to write a book. Yeah. Whatever that dream is can seem so huge when you look at all of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Piece it. Take a little piece. And maybe this week, take a little piece of that dream and say, what can I do with where I am and what I have now to take one little micro step toward that dream?
Yeah.
You did it. You did Dream Builder with us.
Yeah.
And I don't think you realized some of the stuff that came up when you did that.
Yeah. When I took the Dream Builder, when they approached me, and I go, what are you getting me into? And then, it's like anything, do you really need help in your life? No, that's what I thought. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go and do it. By the third class, I'm like, holy moly, it's like, I could have said other words, but holy moly, it's like, wow, this really gets into that depth of looking at yourself. And some people have that fear is like, you know what, because they're just on that plateau, or like, you know, everything's good, I don't want to rock the boat or anything else, I don't want to go forward, because if I go forward, what happens? I'm not good enough for someone, or, you know, no, I can't do this and anything, but you have to get over that hurdle. In high school, I was bullied. Actually, throughout my whole school years, I was bullied. And I wasn't good enough, so I was always the quiet one. But by the time actually high school came around, I was done with it. Shh. And and it's to that point where now, because I'm older, I'm like, you know what? I don't care what other people think, because I am happy with where I am. Can I be better? Yes. But knowing that you can be better, that's a big step to say, okay, what am I going to do? Even if I fail, at least I knew I can try and do it. So it's just getting over that hump of getting to that next step and trying it. Because if you don't try something, how do you know that you can or cannot do it? Right. So, you know, when you get over that hump and taking the course, it's like, oh, wow, I can do this. Oh, my God, you know, things are in motion now for me. And it's like, wow, it actually does make the point of where everything just kind of, it's off your shoulders. And it's like, wow, you can breathe a little bit easier, you know. And it's like, where can I go from now? Do I go up? Do I, you know, can you go down? Yeah, everybody has their bad days, but now it's just like, wow, I just accomplished something that you can be proud of, and I am. Mm-hmm. My family's proud. I know you guys are proud. Yeah. And it's just like, wow, did you know that after this whole course, you're like, you have gone from here to up here. So, you know, it's a great feeling. It's just, yes, it's a little scary. So, and that's what people are afraid of. Is, oh, it's scary. I don't want to do that. So, yeah.
Well, and like Chris said, fear keeps you safe, but it also keeps you locked in place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so push the boundaries.
Push them a little bit. You know, like Nadine said, you know, you're going from here to here. If this is where I am, and this is the vibration of the energy of my dream, we're not matching. So we got to bring that energy up and say, oh, now I'm a match for my dream. You know, I'm you know, and so it is. It's this and something more. Mm-hmm. It's creating that life, that energy in you that matches, you know, where you want to go and what you want to accomplish. You know, and it can be, and it doesn't have to be grandiose.
Mm-mm.
No.
You know, dreams don't have to be grandiose. People go, oh, well, I have a dream that I'm going to, you know, be president of a small island. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be, it can be, dream. Yeah, that's my dream.
From matriarchy.
It can be simple. You know, I want to better my relationship with my spouse. I want to have better friendships. I want to change jobs. I need a career change. This is burning me out. This is kicking my butt. I want to change jobs, but I'm afraid to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid of, you know, what will happen.
Especially if you've done something for so long.
Right.
You're going from one career to another, and like you guys said, because, you know, you've been massage therapists for a long time, you've been nurses for so long, and now you're doing a different aspect of it. It's like, yes, you can start over, but it's going to take a little bit. I'm sure you guys were afraid when you started. You're like, yep, this is my next step, and now you know you have to kind of start all over again. And it's like, but you're getting there.
And that's how you grow.
Well, you can't grow if you stay in the same place, you know, all the time. You know, it just doesn't work. But
so, how do you do that? How do you face your fear? You have to look at it first. You have to acknowledge that it's there. You'll notice a theme throughout the podcast of notice what you're noticing. Because that's my favorite saying from this whole thing.
It is.
It is. But it's so true. And it's been such a life changer for me. You know, like we did, what did we do in Anaheim? What's the word I'm looking for?
Accelerator Life?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a program.
So we did a program in Anaheim a couple of months ago. And I literally at one point, I was up having conversations with people I didn't know, from all over the country, all over the world.
Yep.
And I could literally, I felt like I was standing in the back of the room, watching myself go from group to group and have conversation after conversation and laughing and getting to know people. And I'm standing behind myself going, who is this person? My fear of meeting people, it hasn't dissipated. It hasn't disappeared. But there's another person inside of me since I started being coached, since I started being aware and noticing what feelings are coming up, what fears are coming up, and how they're holding me back, and how they're affecting the rest of my life. It's been easier because I'm noticing it and acknowledging it instead of noticing it and putting it back in the closet. I'm amazed at where I've grown to. I've seen you growing. I've seen you growing. It's when you acknowledge the things that hold you back in your life, you can start to take those little steps. I mean, when Christine first said to me, let's do a podcast, I'm like, a what?
Oh, yeah.
I think you were there.
Yeah.
I was like, a what? You want me to do what?
Who? What? How? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that age. I'll admit, I'm not talking about these guys, but I'm at that age where podcasts are something that aren't my everyday life. I love doing this. I never would have realized that if I hadn't faced that fear and said, all right, let's try it. You know, if we don't like it, we'll erase it and we'll start over again, right? And this has become a joy in my life, to be able to reach out to people like this,
Yeah.
you know, and connect. So, what do you want? And what's holding you back? Take one little step in that right direction.
True. So we want to connect with you. We want you to please comment on our podcasts. You know, say nice things. Be nice. Be nice. But
Constructive, but
Constructive, but nice. Yeah, no. But we want to connect with you. So say things on our podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Collaborative Growth Coaching. Follow us on Instagram. Same name, Collaborative Growth Coaching. And
soon to be on TikTok.
And soon to be on TikTok. We'll keep you posted on the TikTok. I promise not to dance. Well,
Promise not to sing.
Maybe. No,
She sings well. You want me to promise not to sing.
Yeah, okay. And but follow us, send us messages, let us know how we can help you. We would love to help you. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek. If you're watching this, we're going to be offering an end-of-year special for a 4-week program that you're going to work with us. And keep your eyes peeled for that special. So, if nothing further, Nadine, thanks so much for popping on and sharing with us.
I didn't have a choice.
No, that's kind of true too.
Well,
but
you did, but it was 2 against 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
see.
there you go. All right, beautiful folks. We hope that we will see you soon. And remember that you are loved. And keep dwelling in your limitless possibilities. And we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.